member of the House Budget Committee. Congressman Buddy Carter, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Congressman, if you could give us an idea of how big of a priority is the debt limit for House Republicans, and what is the likelihood that we'll see a deal?
Well, it is a big deal for House Republicans. In fact, it is the biggest deal right now that we are trying to work out. Americans know that we are spending too much. We do not have a revenue problem in Washington, D.C. We have a spending problem, and they want to see it under control. In fact, 54% of all Americans said don't raise the debt ceiling. Now, let's make it perfectly clear. We are going to pay our bills. We are responsible people, and we're going to do that. However, in order to raise the debt ceiling, we've got a plan, and that plan is to limit our spending, is to save taxpayers money, and to grow our economy. That's what Republicans are proposing. We are proposing to raise the debt ceiling responsibly. We're going to pay our bills. We're going to make sure that the full faith and credit of the United States is upheld. But at the same time, this is the time that we should take action and limit our spending and save taxpayers money and grow our economy.
As you mentioned, Congressman, there are some that are raising concerns that some Republicans may not agree to anything that other than what's been put forward. What would it ultimately mean if our country were to default on our debt? And do you think there is an actual chance of that happening?
I don't think there's a chance of that happening. We're going to pay our bills. However, this president is playing chicken. And he's playing chicken with the full faith and credit of the United States on the line. Why is it that Senator Biden was willing to negotiate it? Why is it that Vice President Biden was willing to negotiate on the debt ceiling, but President Biden does not want to negotiate? I don't get that. I don't understand it. This is the same president who said that we can work with people, but if they're not willing to budge, grown men and women, then you can't work with them. Well, he's not willing to budge. We want to negotiate. He should come to the table. He should do the responsible thing and renegotiate.
And to your point, Congressman, is it more about the debt limit or the actual debt? And what long-term solutions are there for addressing this debt that just continues to skyrocket?
Well, that's where the Republicans have a plan. We have a plan. We passed it 2 weeks ago, the Limit, Save, and Grow Act. Democrats don't have a plan. All they think, in fact, many of them want to do away with the debt ceiling. We cannot do that. We have to be responsible. We are stewards of the taxpayers' money in Congress. That is our responsibility. That's why we've got to get this under control. And now's the time for us to get it under control. If we were to follow this plan that we have proposed here, we can get to a balanced budget at some point. I serve on the Budget Committee, and we've got plans to get to a balanced budget. It's going to take us a while to get there, but we can do that. We can limit our debt. Now, we're going to pay our bills. There's no question about that. But at the same time, we have to be more responsible.
Congress, if I could switch gears just a little bit and get your thoughts on Title 42 set to expire. We're already seeing an overwhelming surge in anticipation of. Biden sent down 1,500 troops. Do we know what their role is going to be? Is it going to help? Is it just going to be for processing these thousands and thousands of people?
Well, look, Title 42 is not a permanent solution, but the problem here is that this administration has no plan whatsoever. Just like with the debt ceiling, they have proposed nothing at all. He's sending these troops down there for what reason? I do not know. It's only a temporary fix. This is going to be disastrous. I mean, already we've had 5 million illegal immigrants that we know of come across there. We've had 1 million getaways that have come across that border, not to mention the drugs, the fentanyl that's coming across that border. That's why we've got to secure that border. We've got to secure it in order to control the number of people who are coming across, but most importantly, in order to control the drugs that are coming across, the fentanyl that's coming across, killing 200 Americans every day through fentanyl poisoning. This is an epidemic that has to be stopped here in America. This president, again, has no plan whatsoever. He has maintained an open borders policy, and border security is necessary for national security.
Congressman Buddy